Disclaimer up front, the techniques presented in this video involve printing while previous models are still on the print bed, which can damage your printer. Auto bed leveling would run to the model and must be disabled, and then there's a diagonal move I'll highlight later that will also run right through a model without editing the G-code to avoid. Be careful and don't try this at home unless you can verify nothing will intersect a previous model. Slant 3D published the video, Stable Feet Designs for Your 3D Printed Products, link in the description, which is another video in their series of tips and tricks for designing products to be mass-produced. The advice includes, don't orient the feet down to avoid supports for the entire bottom. When printing on the side, don't use a straight-sided cylinder. Chamfer them instead to avoid overhangs and support. Thinking about this video, what if you aren't trying to mass-produce parts in a print farm? What can hobbyists get away with when you're printing one or two items? For this video, I'll still not print using supports and no gluing either. Here's the final part. What's printing right now is the top enclosure. The legs would be sticking down through the print bed, so those will be printed later. I've made it curvy so it can't be printed on the side, and between the top surface arcs and solid base, I'll assume it can't be printed upside down. The second print is an alignment section, all taped down to hold in place and avoid coming off the print bed. The alignment section matches the outline of the first print with a small gap and is used to hold the model in place upside down with some more tape. This extra labor is what a print farm would want to avoid. The third part is printing the legs upside down on top, model bottom, of the enclosure. I'm using Cura 5.8, and even with the model suspended above the build plate, the slider will drop the first layer down to the print bed. It will avoid dropping the model if something is printed at the bed level, even a very small blob. Make sure it is far enough away that the hot end doesn't intersect the model. Even then, the missing layer also seems to confuse Cura's preview, but it printed fine. I have to insert a big warning about this next step. Look at the G-code. Make sure your nozzle doesn't try to take a direct diagonal line from the end of the prime line or purge, low on the bed, to the first section to print on the legs, which would be right through the already printed model, which the slicer software doesn't know about because it was printed earlier. As for the diagonal travel, I edited the G-code by hand so the nozzle would be high and stay above the existing model moving to the start of the foot section. I also removed that blob. I'm pleased with the result. The feet look and feel fused to the underside of the container as if it was printed in one pass. The feet area was recessed as designed. The alignment was great, and the offset looked consistent all the way around. This technique to effectively print down into the bed was something I was wanting to do. When I saw the Slant 3D video, I thought this would be a good excuse to prototype the technique. Here's another model demonstrating this technique, and legs that, if printed upright, has sections that don't touch the bed and would require supports, not to mention floor of the enclosure. Thanks for watching.